There's nobody that God made that is ugly. So be careful what you say, because as children, we believe in our parents' words. We believe that they are right because they are the ones that, brought us into this world, and what they say sticks. That's why, a parent can tell a child that, there is Santa or Father Christmas, and the child will believe. The parents will tell the child that a tooth fairy will come and, take their tooth and give them money, and the child will believe. So I grew up believing that I'm ugly. There's nothing my mommy did not say to me. Mommy, did you used to be fashionable when you were a teenager? That is the question my daughter asked me. And I said, no. And she said, why? And I said, because my mama used to say that I'm ugly. My mama used to say I'm ugly all the time. That I used to wonder, how do beautiful people look like? How do beautiful people look like? Because if somebody like me, a beautiful and attractive lady, well crafted and designed by God, is not beautiful, I don't know what beautiful is. I have said this before, but when people make negative comments about other people, they are simply exposing the insecurity within them. So today I'm gonna do makeup. Like I told her, I was told I'm not beautiful, so I am not a very heavy makeup person. So this is my natural face, and I use my face all the time because I want to enjoy my face. I don't have wrinkle yet. I'm in my late 30s. Why don't I enjoy my natural face? So lots of the times I do videos without makeup. So today I just want to show you the little that I do. Hang in there. There's so much in this video today because I just want to pour out my heart, how I used to feel, what the Bible say about, words, our words, how it affects us, and especially the ones parents say to their kids, and celebrate myself. So this is the makeup that I use. I use Mary Kay. I take a little and put on my face. I don't really like makeup because, number one, if I wear a shirt like this and I want to pull it out, it's gonna stain on it. So that is why I don't really like it. So this is not a tutorial. Just want to share with you what I do. And if you're a mother, you slow down and on some of the things that maybe you used to do when you were single. So as a mama of 4, I don't do much, and even if I don't have children, I don't really like to do much. And you might say, learn it. I know there are various YouTube channels on that talks about makeup, but that's not my priority. I don't believe that beauty has to come from the outside. Even the Bible talks about it. It comes from the inside. Beauty is how you treat people. Beauty is treating people the way you want to be treated. Beauty is using your words wisely. Beauty is using what God has given you to enhance the kingdom of God, to be a blessing to other people. So after that, I will go in with the powder, and sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, because the foundation is enough. Because I don't need much. Like I said, I like enjoying my natural skin because I don't want to cover it up. I want to, when I look at my picture, maybe in my 70s and 80s, when I look at my picture when I was young, I will say, yes, this was real me, not covering, all this goodness, not covering, masking up my face. So I'm done with this too. I'm done with that, just to cover up, some stress, of motherhood, but not to change to another person. So this is all I do, and then I'll just put lip gloss. Lip gloss, like I said, it's not a makeup tutorial. I cannot do makeup, and I don't want to learn. I'm not interested. I learn what moves my life forward, not makeup. Alright, so I am basically done. So that's how I do makeup. And before, I used to say I'm not beautiful, so why am I wasting my time beautifying myself? So I will just brush my brow. I'll just brush it, and that's it. So I'm done. This is all I do, and you know what, I do it in under 30 seconds and I'm done. So parents should stop lying to their kids. Parents should stop lying to their kids. I was lied to. My mother used to say I'm ugly all the time. Even the last time I saw her before I left the country, my home country, she said I'm ugly twice. I mean, just to spend how many months with her, 8 to 9 months, she said I'm ugly. She's always saying I'm ugly. So parental bully is not parenting. It is simply bullying. You cannot call yourself a parent and all you do is to say mean things to your child. That is not right. It took me time for me to push those things out of my brain. It took me time for me to come to, the realization that I'm beautiful and that those words were lies. I remember one time when we were, with my dad in the car going to church, I guess, and as usual, she was talking to people, talking about other ladies, other women. Oh, that person is ugly. And my father said, I don't know what you guys are talking about. He said, there is nobody that God made that is ugly. Wow. I held on to those words. I held on to it so close to my heart. I'm like, oh, really? So I am not ugly. And it's true. There's nobody that God made that is ugly. So be careful what you say, because as children, we believe in our parents' words. We believe that they are right because they are the ones that, brought us into this world, and what they say sticks. That's why, a parent can tell a child that, there is Santa or Father Christmas, and the child will believe. The parents will tell the child that a tooth fairy will come and, take their tooth and give them money, and the child will believe. So I grew up believing that I'm ugly. There's nothing my mommy did not say to me. I'm a girl, a lady that, when I was a girl, I have full, hair. Instead of her to say that I have a lot of hair, and she was like, you have big head, make fun of me that I have big head, but I don't have big head. I have a normal head like every other person. So everything about me is ugly. There was a time she gave me cream to be bleached. I said I don't want to be bleached because she was like, I should be light skinned, but I am not interested in being light skinned. But my daughter has a light skin, which is maybe like a compensation of my mama wanted me to be white. I don't know, but that is the gift God has given to me. And I'm not here to say that because she's lighter that makes her beautiful. Nope. No. I am not interested in light or not light. We are God's children, and we are created in the image of God, regardless of your color, race, culture, religion, tradition. We are equal in the eyes of God. So I grew up having this poor self-esteem. I didn't used to like myself. Because I have big boobs, I talk about that. And like I said, my mom used to make fun of me and other people too, that my boobs are too big, and that makes me feel bad, that it was ugly, it was not beautiful, and I used to cover it. Sometimes looking at the mirror, I didn't used to like myself because I felt it was not beautiful. So I'm gonna share a few pictures about myself and see whether I am, what my mom said was right, whether what she said was correct, because I am not a short person. I'm not saying short people are ugly, but at least I'm above 5. I'm 5'5". I don't know what she saw that made her to say that I'm ugly, because till today I cannot wrap my mind around it. So there are 4 things I'm going to share today, which is going to help parents or help that person that his mother or his father or her mother or her father had destroyed him or her with words. Number 1, we're going to look at a child's need. I have my cards with me once again. A child's need. So what does a child need? What is the basic necessity of a child? Number 1, let me tell you that it was your responsibility to bring that child into the world, and you don't have the right to destroy. It was your decision. That child owes you nothing, but you owe that child everything. So you're supposed to provide security for that child. So kids must feel safe and sound with their basic survival needs met. Shelter, food, clothing, medical care, and protection from harm. It is solely your responsibility. The second one is stability. Stability must come from the community and also from the family. And also there has to be consistency. Tell that child, one thing and keep it for the rest of her life. Don't be inconsistent. Emotional support. Be there to help, not destroy. Be there to build. Be there to help that child to understand how to do life. Work side by side with that child to make him or her understand, how to cope with this life, because kids too have issues. And and you know what? Growing up is also work. So you have to be there to help them, give them emotional support that they need. Show love as much as you can. Show love. Don't be the one to want to destroy, because I grew up feeling not loved. I grew up feeling not loved by my mother. She's always saying mean things to me, being so, the opposite. Neglectful, emotionally immature, emotionally unavailable. Show love as much as you can. A child needs education, and also be a positive role model. I am of the opinion that once you have a child, you are a model. So be who you want that child to become. Don't act irrationally and expect to, that child to act good. So be who you want that child to become. And the next one is structure. Set a structure that you want, for this child, so that he or she can succeed in life. So those are the things that the child needs. And the next one we are going to talk about is the power of negative words. The power of negative words. The words that my mom used to tell me, let me tell you, it destroyed my self-image. It made me to have poor self-esteem. It made me to be fearful. There are so many things that as an adult now I am too afraid to do, because of how she used to put me in a very, like, in a box. I was, I grew up in a family of 7, the only girl. I have 6 brothers, actually family of 9, my father and my mother. My job was always to wake up in the morning, cook, go to school, come back, cook. I don't go anywhere. There was no exposure. Sometimes I don't even know the name of the next street. So I wasn't exposed. People used to make fun of me. So, and like I said, the power of negative words, how words used to affect me. I didn't used to aspire to be anything, because I was told that I am not smart. I am not smart. I didn't used to aspire to be something in life, something great, because of the words that I used to hear. So I lived with this limiting belief that my life is supposed to be small. I am, because I'm a girl, I'm supposed not to achieve big dreams, big things in life. I grew up with negative self-image, and poor self-esteem. I don't, it took me time for me to start a YouTube channel. It took me a lot of self-talk, because I had to tell myself that people's perception of me have nothing to do with me. They are none of my business. It took me time to talk myself into starting something, because I wasn't used to starting something. My life was supposed to be little, small. Because when you hear you're ugly, I'm like, I am ugly. Why am I standing in front of people who they will not like to watch me? When you hear you're not smart, I'm like, oh, how am I gonna do? I am not smart. When you hear your English is not good, you're like, all right. But I have to tell me that nobody's perfect, and I don't care what people think. All right. So the awards affect us because we grew up believing it. I grew up believing it. Even when nobody outside my mom said, that I'm ugly, I used to believe that one. That one that came from her. Every other person in the world that I know that knows me will say I'm beautiful. And by the way, look at what is written on my shirt. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of beautiful. So everybody will say I'm beautiful, but my mother will say I'm ugly. Almost all the time. All the time. I'm a black lady. I have normal lips like everybody. But I was told, why is your lips so big? By my mother. Alright. There's so many things she said about me. Why is your boob so big? Why is your hair so big? Your head so big. Meanwhile, I'm just like every other person, but she just used her words to destroy me. So those words, like I said, they stick, they affect us emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and it takes us years. So if you're a parent, be careful with your words. So the next one is, what does the Bible have to say? What does the Bible say about words? Our words are so powerful. And with that, I'm going to take my phone and read the Bible verses that I stored in here for me to, for you to know if you're a Christian, because I grew up in a Christian family, but yet, some Christian parents are not just modeling, the life of Christ. And, I'm reading from Proverbs chapter 18, verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 24. Pleasant words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. And Matthew 12:37. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. I am this kind of person that I have heard people say, I was kidding, I didn't mean it. I don't care. Once it comes out from your mouth, you meant it. It wasn't a mistake. So don't tell me that you didn't mean it. You meant it. Alright? So, and the Bible also said in Matthew, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What comes out from the mouth comes from the heart. You are not kidding. It was on purpose. I don't joke with words, because words are powerful. The next one is in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 18. Careless words stab like a sword, but wise words bring healing. We think that, oh, it's just a mere words. There's this analogy. Once an egg, words are like egg. Once it drops on the floor, you cannot pick it up. You can only say, oh, forgive. But you can only forgive, but it doesn't erase from your memory. The things that were said to me was said to me when I was little. Not really little, because they were said to me all the time. Like I said, before I left the country, my mom still said I'm ugly. She said that all the time. She make comments about my boobs, how big they are and ugly. She, she doesn't care how I feel. But the Bible says careless words. That's why I said, you cannot tell me you're joking. When you say it, it comes from your heart. Don't tell me you're joking, because you are not. And that's why we have to be careful, because careless words, they stab like sword. But wise words bring healing. So we have to be careful. Words can be peace like a river, and it can bring anxiety and depression. Words have the power of life and death. Words can change moods, atmosphere, hope for the future. Are our words objective? Are they bringing healing? It is through our words that things get created in people's hearts. This is how God creates the world. And that takes me to the next one, which is Psalms chapter 33, verse 16. By the word of the Lord, the heavens were created, and by the breath of his mouth, all their host. Words have the power to kill and to destroy, to create and to, scatter. Words have the power to do that. It was by the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host. We should be careful the way we use our words. And Proverbs chapter 8 verse 4 says, the words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a bubbling brook. So those are a few verses in the Bible that talks about words. And if you look at James, it talks more about how the tongue it's like a fire that can destroy. All right. So let your words be that which builds, that which edifies, that which brings healing, that which restore. Because you see, when people are in depression, or people are suicidal, what do they use? People, professionals train professions like therapy, chaplain, counselors. They use words to change that person's way of thinking, and give that person's hope. So I don't know if you have heard people say, oh, what you said really, really touched me. Oh, what you said gave me hope. Oh, I didn't know that, I would have thought it differently. But, your contribution made me change my mind, change my thinking. It has helped me. So that's the power of words. So if you're a child of God, the Bible has everything that we need. Use God's word, and as a Christian, we are supposed to follow what is in the Bible. And the next one is celebrate what you have. Yes, celebrate what you have. Because sometimes we think of, oh, because somebody said it's ugly, you put a period on it. Yes, it is ugly. No, celebrate it. Celebrate it, because those are your blessings. I remember when I wanted to start a YouTube channel, I have space here, gaps. People believe that perfect teeth is the one that should be all close. I mean, why should it be like that? God didn't make it like that. I mean, some people have it. One beautiful thing, the things that we call perfect, there are some people that have it naturally. And some people, because they don't have it naturally, they feel it's not perfect. Who says that teeth with gaps are not perfect? Nobody. It was people that came up with that idea. So those were one of the things, like, oh, my teeth has so many gaps. I'm like, I don't care. I want to do a YouTube channel. And my husband now said, don't think about that. One of those things that we bother ourselves about, that is so immaterial and not necessary. So since I started, nobody has said you have so many gaps. Nobody cares. Who cares? All what people are coming to hear is what I have to offer. And so by the help of God, I have one of the blessed teeth in the planet. I'm telling you, I just have naturally bright teeth, so I celebrate what I have. I used to grow up feeling so down because of my boobs. Now I rock it like no man's business. I celebrate it because that's my blessings. I celebrate. So celebrate what you have. Don't let nobody put you down. There's nobody that is perfect. Everybody struggle with one thing or the other. Don't allow anybody to put you down. Celebrate what you have. Be happy in it. Rock it like no man's business. That's why I wore this shirt. Be your own kind of beautiful. Whatever you have, it is your own. You are the only person with your unique fingerprint. You are unique in every way. You are unique, you are different, you are beautiful. So be your own kind of beautiful. Rock your world like nobody's business. Make sure that you try to fulfill your purpose on this earth. Don't listen to people, don't follow people, and don't allow people to control you. You know, one of the things that I had to remove from my brain is fear of other people's opinion. FOBO. Yeah, fear of other people's opinion. What they are going to say, who cares? Who cares? I am here fulfilling my purpose. You are, wherever you are, fulfill your own purpose. Just celebrate what God has given to you. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate your identity in Christ. Celebrate who you are. And don't allow anybody to put you down. So, that is where I'm going to stop today. I don't know how your growing up was. Were you bullied by your parents? Did you used to have, poor self-esteem? Did you used to struggle with what people say about you? What did you struggle with? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. In this channel, we talk about all things healthy because I grew up, in an unhealthy atmosphere, in an environment. I want to help parents to raise their children right. And most importantly, as a Christian, I use the word of God because I used to be confused. I have Christian parents. Which Bible are they reading? I did not see the character of Jesus in one of my parents' life, and I used to be confused. So I'm like, let's do it right. Let's do it right. Let's be like Christ, because we are called to be disciples and make disciples. Making disciples is from the way we model, and our words is in line with our actions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in my next video. By the way, was there any difference with the way I look before and after? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.